welcome everybody. We are in Moab, Utah camping and thought we'd take this time to do a little bit of a review on the GCI chairs. This is going to be a use review because we've had these chairs for what, about 2 years now, and we've put them through the ringer. We've used them really hard. If you look, there's holes in them from campfire burns. There's some parts that are stitched together. We may have had to fix a little bit here and there. Now we have 4 boys and we're really rough on these chairs, and they've actually held up really well. So I want to start this video or this review by saying we are still impressed with these chairs. Are they 100% perfect? No, they're not. Is any camp chair? I don't know. I've not found one that has been 100% perfect, but they are good chairs. That being said, there are some flaws. So what I want to do is kind of talk about each of the chairs and kind of go over what we experienced with them. Hopefully you guys find this helpful when you are looking at purchasing GCI chairs. Now most of these chairs are still available that GCI makes. They obviously have different renditions of them, but pretty much they're the same chair. So we will start with this chair right here, which is the Roadtrip rocker. Alright, so first off we want to start with is the Roadtrip rocker. Now this is the flagship chair that GCI originally came out with, and this is the original model. Now since then there have been a few changes. One of them is they have hard plastic handles here, which make it a little bit more comfortable for your arms. Right now they have the padded, this one has the padded sleeve here, which is alright, which isn't really that comfortable. The one with the plastic armrest is definitely a little more comfortable. This chair has been really good. It's probably the first chair that we actually got that was a GCI chair. This one and the Freestyle chair, which we'll talk about in a minute. Obviously you can see here that we do have holes from sitting around the campfire. It's been thrown in and out of the trailer. It's scuffed. It's got scratches on it, you know, but it's been a good chair. It's held up really well. The one thing you want to know on any of these GCI chairs is sometimes these little screws right here, they have lock nuts on them, but they do sometimes come loose and you may have to tighten them. But that hasn't really happened with this chair, but just on some of the others. Again, same thing right here on the sides. These pivot points here are prone to get loose. This one's always been easy to fold up. You just pull up in the middle, pull it together. It's always folded up really nice. This one does have a bag. I don't know where the bag's at. We've lost the bag. I hate bags. I think they're stupid. But anyway, that would be the downfall with the Roadtrip, is it does have a bag, where some of the other chairs that GCI makes do not have bags. They have straps, which work better. One of my qualms, as I've mentioned in other videos, the Roadtrip has a tendency to push you out right here when you sit in it. You don't sit all the way back, and so when you're sitting in the chair, you find that you're kind of forced to lean back in it, which is okay for some. For me, I like to be a little bit deeper in the chair. And then the other thing is the cup holder. In the other videos I'd mentioned that there was a cup holder here in the handlebars, here on the armrests, but they did locate it down here on the side, which is good. It is kind of a little flimsy, and sometimes it's a little hard to get a drink in it. But other than that, it's still a good location for the Roadtrip. It's obviously held up, and not a whole lot of squeaking or anything like that. Alright, so this is the Roadtrip. Let's go check out the others. I think we'll check out the Comfort Pro. And I've actually got 2 of these chairs we've had because I really like them. But the Comfort Pro rocker almost feels like it was, I don't know, made in a different factory maybe. Like it's a different chair with the same rocking ability. It's just not as robust as the Roadtrip rocker, in my opinion. It's still a good chair. Obviously we've had this one for a while, and it's still holding up, but it just feels a little more, I don't know, flimsy. And we've had the same problem with these coming undone there in some points, but other than that, it's been pretty good. It just, like I said, it just doesn't quite feel as robust as the Roadtrip, but still a good chair. Has the vented back, obviously the stains and things, and again, burn marks from us camping. You can see here we've got some tearing along the arm here. Did you look at, yeah, that one too. Some tearing on the arms from getting used, so that's something to consider. Well, we've had a lot of comments on this chair being hard to put away. They have a tendency to bind when you're putting them together, And I don't know, and that's only been on the Comfort Pro, because the Kickback rocker is a very similar style chair, and it doesn't bind when you're closing it. But for some reason, the Comfort Pros will sometimes bind, and obviously it's not going to do it now. Instead of doing that, we'll grab the green one. We'll bring this one over here.
See how rough we are on our chairs?
All right, so this is a better example. I think we've had this one longer. Anyway, so this one, yeah, okay, this one did it. So they bind when you're trying to put them away. You got to really kind of strong arm them or bear hug them, and you can get them closed. One way to fix that is if you can use some silicone spray. Like WD-40 makes a silicone spray, and silicone's good because it doesn't attract the dust, but you can spray it in these little joints here. This is where it's binding. It's binding on these sliders right here. So put a little bit of silicone spray on that. They don't bind as well. This one's kind of, again, back to tearing. Armrest, it's tearing apart right here. Cup holder tore through, and then notice I got the arm strap tied here. It's supposed to be here. It ripped out from here. I tried to fix it one time, it ripped through again, and I got fed up with it and tied it there. So now does the chair still function like it's supposed to? Yeah, it still functions, other than you can't use your drink. Nice thing about the Comfort Pro though, again, the cell phone holder pocket's a nice addition to it over the Roadtrip. All right.
You can put a cup in this one as long as it fits within the top. If
Right.
it slides all the way through, then you're in trouble.
Right. Yeah, anyway. So that's this one. Again, binding, shimmy it around a little bit, closes. Good. All right, so on to the
We wonder why the screw's back out.
All right, on to the Kickback rocker. Now the Kickback rocker is very similar to the Roadtrip rocker, but it's lower to the ground, and it works well for the kids. It's a little low for my taste, but if you're somebody with short legs, it works out pretty good.
Like me? I like it.
You. This one's actually been really good. Like I was saying earlier, it's almost like the Comfort Pros were built in a different factory versus the Roadtrip and the Kickback rockers, because the Kickback, again, you notice we don't have any of the same tearing problems. The seaming seems to be better. It has had little problems. It folds up nice. It doesn't bind. The armrest has been in here strong. They got a nice big fat washer that holds that, so it keeps it from ripping out. So overall,
still intact.
Yeah, overall it's been a good chair. You do get a little bit of squeaking from the GCI little struts back here. A little bit of that silicone spray works wonders. It'll stop squeaking, and it works out pretty good. Again,
and down in the joint here too.
Yeah, you can spray it in these little joints, any of these pivot joints here, or even on the little things here. Well, if you're experiencing a little bit of squeaking, that's usually what it is, because it's got dirty. And just a little bit of silicone spray does wonders. You could even probably take some water and just even spraying down with water, and that would actually help keep the squeaking down too. Okay, we will off to the next one. All right, the Freestyle. The Freestyle chair is a little bit different camp chair because you sit straight up and down. It's actually nice to have when you're sitting at like a table or something, you're camping and you want to sit straight up, playing cards maybe. Or any kind of game at a table. It works great. Eating at a table, this is a good chair to have. It folds up real easy. You just pop this and that's it. Handles right here. That's all you have to do. And no bag. Again, padded arms here on the sides. Really, this chair has been pretty robust. We've had very little issues except for one. And if you can tell, my nice little zip tie job here, the cup holder did pull away from the side of the arm here, so I do have a nice little zip tie holding that together. But other than that, it's been a good little chair, not a lot of squeaking. Okay, with the Freestyle chair, it has two layers here, and you can see where we've melded through, and if you look, there is a little bit of foam in the Freestyle rocker, make it a little bit more comfortable. It does utilize, and all the GCI chairs utilize a ripstop type fabric, so even if it does get a hole in it, it doesn't tear out. The Freestyle does have this foam in it, the other chairs do not, so that does make this one a little bit more comfy to sit in. If you're a little older and it's hard for you to get out of camp chairs, then the Freestyle is definitely the one you want to look at. All right. So that's it for this extended use review of the GCI chairs. I hope you guys found this video useful, and if you did, give us a like. Remember to subscribe. We do a few little camping videos here and there, and hopefully it's information that you guys can use when you're out there adventuring in the wilderness. So until then, we'll catch you next time. Appreciate it.